Hi everyone, Wendy and Les here.
Cheers.
Cheers, biggers.
With retiring early, one of the things that Wendy and I wanted to do is to get out of the workforce early enough that we didn't let things like work interfere with our fun. We want to have some fun while we're young enough.
Yeah, it's true.
And beautiful enough to do it. Well, she's beautiful. And so, in the theme of that, today's topic, budgets. Because it really does not get more fun than budget. So, to be very clear, Wendy and I believe we have enough money to retire and to do it reasonably comfortably if we find good deals. Financial planners would tell us and have that we do not have enough money to retire. But what we have is a history of tracking our expenses. Wendy said in the last video that we've been tracking our costs for about 10 years. The reality is we've been tracking our expenses for about 20 years.
I had no idea. I'm just kidding.
She just didn't buy in until about 10 years ago. The whole process was annoying to her. But for us, tracking our expenses, as the old saying goes, in order to know where you're going, you got to know where you've been. So we track our expenses. We know where we've been, and we have a very good idea that we think we know where we're going. And I feel, and I'm sure Wendy probably agrees, that in order to successfully retire with limited funds, budgeting is crucially important. And in order to make an accurate budget, tracking your expenses is also crucially important. You can start it now. You can do it for a year. You can do it for 2 years. You can do it for 20 years. However old you are, whenever you plan to retire. We don't give advice, but I'm giving advice that tracking your expenses is just the best thing you can do to ensure that you'll feel confident enough when you think you have enough money to retire. Now, when we say we track expenses, we track every expense.
Yeah.
Right down to the dollar. So you or your parents or grandparents at one time probably balanced a checkbook. That was tracking their expenses. They made sure that everything they wrote checks for balanced out with their money at the beginning of the end of the month. We do it now with spreadsheets. You can get an app for your phone. You can use a sheet of paper if you want, but don't recommend it. But track everything you spend, or at least that's what we have done, right down to the last dollar. Everything that we spend money on has a line in our budget. So because we've done that for so long and for every cost, we're confident, despite what the financial planners say, we think we have enough money to retire.
How many lines do you think are in our budget?
I don't know. I've never counted them, but I would say at least 20. And some of those lines are miscellaneous things. Like we know, for instance, that we buy stuff off Amazon or we pick up something and we didn't mean to at Costco or something like that. So we know that because we've done it and we track it. So we have a budgeted amount for that because we know approximately what we've spent doing stuff like that every month for the last 20 years. Today, to give you a real example, we're going to reveal something is our entertainment budget. And so we're having a beer on a patio. We are fully confident that we can afford this beer because we have a budgeted amount for entertainment. So entertainment for us is going out for dinner, it's going out for beers, it's going to theaters or movies, whatever. Even takeout from a fast food place or something, that would be entertainment because it's not part of our groceries. And for us, that budget amount for entertainment every month is $600. It's not a random number. It's based on the history of what we have spent going back for us almost 20 years. But even if it's 1 year, we would have a really good idea of what we like to spend on entertainment. And so being that we're about halfway through our month, at least because we pay everything for a credit card, so it's not a calendar month. So we're about halfway through. We know we're well within our budget, so we could afford these outrageously expensive pints
They
at
were a bit
Brit's
expensive.
Pub and Eatery. $27 for 2 big pints,
including tip.
including
so,
tip.
Yeah.
But we also know there's a place down the road where 2 pints would cost us about $12 or $13. So
Yeah.
we're feeling flush because we're well within our budget for the month. And if we weren't, if we'd gone out for a fancy dinner, or for us, that's like a burger with cheese instead of without cheese.
That's not true.
If we had gone close to the top of our budget or even exceeded it, which does happen from time to time, then we would have a beer at home.
Yes, which we also have a budget for. We have a budget for at-home beer as well.
And not just beer, but any alcohol.
Yeah.
We call it in our line item, it's liquor.
Liquor.
So that bonus reveal right now is $100 per month. So from us, mostly that's beer. It's not a lot of money. So that's why, we buy our beer in 24 packs from the liquor store, because it just works out a lot cheaper than buying in the grocery store. It's not a big amount of money.
Yeah.
Wendy makes her own wine at a place called
Wine Kits. Yeah.
So we buy the wine by
bulk.
30 bottles at a time, which lasts us about a week. And well, it does now that we've retired anyway. But seriously, it makes it out to about $5 a bottle.
Yeah.
And the only thing we have to do is put corks in it. They do everything else.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So we economize where we can. But those numbers, again, it's historical for us. We know we've always spent about, usually actually less than $100, but since we retired, we know that
there's been an uptick.
Yeah, because we want to have fun. I'm sorry to all the Puritans out there, but having a drink is fun.
Yeah.
So we're enjoying ourselves. I've heard it say, as a side note, you spend less in retirement. We're not finding that, and we expected to not find that because we knew what we wanted to do. We spend less money on gas, and the same or a little more on pretty much everything else.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have about 20 items. We are planning to show that.
Yeah. We'll get into that some more
in an upcoming video. But what's another item that we could?
So our travel expense also. So that's a completely different expense, but we do account for travel each year.
Yeah. So when in real estate, they talk about the most important part of real estate is location, location, location. For us, it's budget, budget, budget. That's our most important thing in retirement. But budget, budget, and budget. We have 3 budgets. So we have a budget for all of our daily expenses, things that occur throughout the month. We have a budget for all of our money to pay for those daily expenses. So investments when they mature, and we actually have it allocated year by year by year.
What's coming due, yeah.
And then we have a vacation budget, and that's separate because it's completely discretionary. We plan to spend the money, and we plan to spend it traveling. But if I break a leg and need to sit down for a year,
it means more wine.
Yeah, it means more money would get allocated to that, and we'd take it out of that vacation.
Exactly.
So that part of it is discretionary. But we have 3 budgets. We're only going to share the one when we do. It'll be our daily expenses budget, and it's to give you an idea of how we do it, how we track it, how easy it is.
Yeah.
The best part of our day, or my day,
your day.
Every morning having my coffee, I will go and update the budget. So I open up the bank account. I see everything that was charged to the credit card. I take each of those amounts, and we charge everything to a credit card because you have a paper trail that way. Plus you collect points. Sidebar, we'll talk about that real brief. But we take those amounts, we plug them into their appropriate line on the budget. So tomorrow morning, when I'm having my coffee, this ridiculously expensive beer will go into our entertainment budget, and we will know where we're at for the month for entertainment.
So he counts the beans, he does the budget and everything else. I just look to see where we're at. So I do have access to the budget, and I just look to see where we're at, like with groceries, entertainment, all that sort of stuff. So I know where we're at, but I don't do any of the tracking. It's all him.
And I know that there's this stigma with budgeting. Maybe it's the word budget, but I want to be really clear that if you're coming close to retirement, you're thinking about retirement, you want to make a plan for retirement, don't worry about the budget first. Worry about tracking your expenses.
Know what you're spending.
Don't try to cut it down. I don't know, maybe some people are scared of seeing what the real amounts are in some of these cases, but just go about your business, do what you've always done, and then track those expenses. And again, I mentioned credit card. It's I I don't know why anybody would do it in a different way. I do know why some people do, because they don't trust themselves with credit. But and that's fine if you don't. But because a debit card would probably give you similar information, but we pay for everything that we possibly can, which is probably 95+% of our purchases by credit card for purposes of tracking, because everything cuts off on the same day every month. It makes it really easy to track everything.
And we get points.
And we get points. We have two credit cards at the moment. One, we get cash back for groceries, so we use that for our groceries. One, we get airline points for everything else. Some of them are really good, so we use those two cards. And the airline points helps us with our travel budget because we get cheaper flights a lot of the time. And our cash back, you think it would help us with our groceries, but we also use that for travel. So cash it in, once a year.
Yeah.
It's not a huge amount of money.
Yeah.
But
it's something.
It's something, and it didn't cost anything, and it adds to the convenience of what we do for budget.
Yeah. So that's the budget.
And like I said, we'll get into it more.
We will.
We
talked about entertainment only today, so we'll get into like all aspects of our budget, and we'll explain like how we look for deals and all that sort of stuff. So entertainment, $600 per month.
And liquor, 100, probably going up to 125 for next year. We're in the process of planning our budget for our first full year of retirement, which will be 2026. And we're being realistic and honest with ourselves, trying to come up with some real numbers. But again, track numbers. If you have questions, let us know. If you want to be mean, go ahead. We have thick skin. But yeah, so, we're going to make videos. We're going to try to make them a little bit fun. We're going to try to be different than what the regular retirement type videos are. We're happy. We're enjoying each other's company. And retirement should be, in our opinion, a good time. And we're new to it. Your experienced retirees probably could put us in our place, but for as long as we can, we're going to just enjoy ourselves.
Yes. So cheers from St. John. We love retirement in St. John.
Cheers.
See you next time.